All right, here we are. Today we're going to go ahead and place code to our app. So what you will do is you will go to, let's see, this was lesson 8, unit 3, lesson 8. I know all these numbers. So let's see, going to the unit here. And then your screen looks a little different than mine. We're actually going to skip the pair programming. When we get back into the classroom, maybe one day, we'll talk more about pair programming, but as for now, we're just going to go ahead, go to this number 3 here, and this is where we're at. You get to add code to your app. So let's remember just some of the requirements to the project. Let's see, it says add the on event block. That's what I'm going to show you in a second here. Begin adding programming statements to each on event block. And then here we go. Keep in mind the requirements for the app. So your app should have 3 screens and they should all be properly labeled. Check that out. If you were trying to investigate my app, you would know exactly what my app is about, right? Eastern bird screen, Western bird screen, home screen. If somehow you were not as maybe you forgot, that's okay. Everything from your previous lessons is still accessible right here. It's a really cool thing about code.org. So anyways, here we go. 3 screens, images, audio, text. So you should probably have, my buttons don't work yet, but there's like text, right? Images. Yeah, check out that app. And then audio. So go ahead and try and figure out like where do you want your audio to be. We saw that example in the debugging where when you clicked the cow, it went moo. And when you clicked the chicken, it clucked. I don't know. So clearly communicate information about your topic. Code is cleanly written and free of errors. So how do you begin? Well, on event is going to be your best friend. This is what we call an event handler. So let's remember let's go ahead. I'm going to code my birds of the West first. So when I click is already here, my bird West, let's see. See, this is why it's so important to have all your things titled really well. So home from West, this is going to be, let's see, west to east, no, Western bird screen, Western button, here we go. Again, if you forgot like what any of your things were called, the easiest thing you could do, oh, look at that. You see how I just hovered over it and right here it says ID? That's going to help you. So if you didn't call your things or your elements a really particular name, you can of course come back into here for design mode and then rename them as you see fit. Anyways, when I click my Western button, I want to set the screen to the Western bird screen. Some other things that you might put inside of here is play sound if you want a sound to happen. Show element. This is going to be a really cool one. I'll show that in a second here. And then set property. That would like change the color of the button if I wanted it to. So we're going to go ahead. That'll be set screen for here. So if I was to run my app, my Birds of the East button doesn't work, but check that out. Woo! All right, great. So now when I'm on this page, all of our code is going to go in the same workspace. You might want to drag this up to give you some more space. I need some information here, right? So when I click on my hummingbird on event, when I click on my Anna's hummingbird picture, I want something to happen. I want something to show up. Now, what I'm imagining here is when I click on the picture, maybe some facts show up. So, you know what actually might be cool? Is if I click on the picture and then Anna's hummingbird title shows up. Let's see, I've got Oh, look at that. I just named it A label because I got lazy. Um, so in order to, what I'm thinking here is when I click the picture, my text will pop up below it. But what that would mean is I don't want my text to even show up. So from the beginning, I'm going to go ahead and hide that A label. All right, so let's see this in action. The only thing I have coded on this first page is Birds of the West. Hey, check it out. Since I started off by hiding that label, now I'm able to click on it and it shows up. I think that's a pretty cool feature because, if you're using my app, you might be able to like guess the kind of bird. At this point, it's almost like a guess this bird game. Maybe my ideas are going to evolve as I continue to program this. Um, yeah, so that could be really cool. That could also, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just leave you with this so far. You are in groups today. You can work together. You can ask me questions. Let's go ahead and make this the best first app ever.